And we are live. Happy New Year, everyone.
2026. Welcome to it. How we doing? Jesus. It's already
Making me
started.
feel increasingly old by reminding me what year it is.
2026.
I don't need to be reminded that I'm ancient.
Listen, every single 20 you've lived through and a couple other years too. Just accept that.
Oh my god.
I know, right? Isn't it fun?
I mean, I don't like being unk-pilled.
If you think being unk-pilled is bad, how bad is it the older you get? Just being remembered as being unk-pilled.
Oh my god.
Well, I've got a question for you today, my friend.
Yes.
And this is where it gets interesting. I guess we're going to pitch it first as a scenario. Imagine that you make maps. Like, that's just your job.
Okay.
And you do nothing else. And, you know, occasionally people who sail on ships find islands and stuff, and they kind of scratch down things. They bring it to you, and you got to make a better map. And so you're constantly doing this. Sounds like a fun job, right?
You could do a lot worse.
I mean, it's just kind of a job, ain't it? Like you're just a guy.
Better than tilling the fucking fields or whatever.
Okay, but now I want you to imagine 500 years later. You probably can't even imagine the time. Every single opportunity that a human being uses a weapon to kill another human being, or even sees another weapon used to kill another human being. Not always for that purpose, but maybe they're just showing off how good the weapon is. Every time they just scream out your name now.
Chicks who love guns.
Now, I want you to imagine the greatness that is Amerigo Vespucci. Fuck yeah.
I always forget that this country is named after a guy.
This country is named after a random guy who made maps.
Yeah, why is that again? I forget why they named it after him.
He's the one who they brought the maps to catalog North America. That's pretty much it. There isn't a great reason.
It makes as much sense as anything else, I guess.
Yeah, but just imagine, you know, Larry, fuck yeah. Every time someone shoots off a gun or just sees like a plane go off, it's like, Larry, fuck yeah.
It's really funny that you bring up the concept of weaponry because I'm sure that you and everyone else in the audience has heard about this.
Oh, this. I woke up to hearing about this and I was like, okay.
I'm such a fucking night owl that I heard about it when it happened. Because I was awake still.
Okay. So let's have a conversation about this. Who do you blame?
I mean, it's pretty hard not to blame Trump, right? Or not really
No,
Trump. He doesn't make any decisions.
I don't agree with
I mean,
this.
the people around him.
Well, so immediately when it was pitched to me, my mom went, "Hey, Nick, did you hear what Trump did?" And I went, "Wait, what did Trump do?" And she's like, "Well, so the military went and like did war in Venezuela." And I'm like, wait, hold on. But, like, what did Trump do? And she's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Dog, I had basic government class. That's not how that works."
Yeah, I don't think Trump was personally rappelling out of the fucking helicopter.
The newly declared, I believe, Secretary of War.
Well, not really, but that's what he wants to call himself. Yeah. Hegseth.
Yeah. I believe we should place more blame where capability is, and I'm just not understanding why this is not our focus here.
Yeah, because Trump, I doubt, makes many decisions himself behind the scenes, given the whole his brain is melting and he's gonna die soon thing.
Yeah, but like, doesn't the separation of church and doesn't the separation of powers just allow for like this to not happen?
It's supposed to.
So
also, now I'm picturing Trump personally rappelling into the Maduro residence in his like fucking 6XL ballistic vest, and I'm just pissing myself.
We're rappelling. We've been the best rappelling.
The rope fucking
other repellers will
snaps.
tell
He just
you they're as good as
flies.
us. Okay, so like we still have them?
Have what?
Like the leaders of this country? Like I'm not completely updated because I'm just like I'm not doing this.
Let me check. Not that I trust CNN that much, but generally, if they say something happened, chances are it did.
Man.
Oh yeah, they're not even fucking bothering with a pretext for this one. They're just openly saying like, "We want the oil."
So we just still got them, kind of is what I'm sitting on.
Yeah, for some reason they've been extradited to New York, and they'll face federal charges in Manhattan the upcoming week. I'm sure Mamdani. I'm sorry, Mayor Mamdani. I put respect on his name. I'm sure Mayor Mamdani is very thrilled about this and is definitely not furious.
Okay. This is one of those times where I just get into we're fucked mode. Like we're just so fucked.
I'm trying not to, if for no other reason than to preserve my sanity. But actually,
Allow me to defeat it real quick, just to be
there's my
clear.
fucking email. Something worth noting: they just left the fucking government in place. Like his VP is just still there. So, like, what was your game plan, guys? You're not even good at doing Latin American coups anymore.
I don't know, man. There's a question of who's the VP. What's he doing? Is there already a deal? I don't even fucking know. But
well, the current VP is still saying that Maduro is legitimate and everything. So,
yeah, I mean, from what I also heard, though, there's specific threats from China and Russia over this.
Oh god, it's a whole fucking boondoggle.
Yeah, and like just to be clear, all it takes is one angsty old leader with a trigger finger in 5 minutes, and me, you, and all of our audiences.
Well, the good news is that we probably won't know.
I don't know if that's good news.
Well, trust me, when we're talking nuclear hellfire here, dying before you know what's happening is the good side.
Well, okay, I'm going to use this as a segue. I think we've all had the time to consume this media by now. And let me link to one of my favorite The Earth is Dying scenarios. Don't Look Up.
I actually have not seen Don't Look Up, but you can
really?
Because I'll forget. It's nothing personal. I just didn't get around to it. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, the ending of this wonderful film has come out a while ago, guys. And if you're like, oh, should I see it or not? I mean, the planet's going to die either way, so I'd say yeah, but fuck, that's just me. The whole film is so clearly one of those climate change allegories where the world's going to die via nature, in this case, an asteroid. Now, in the very first scene, we locate the asteroid. We're like, oh fuck. And so we go and we contact some people and we move our way up and we go to the president. Now, the president's worried about her campaign, so fuck all this.
Of course.
Whole cabinet's like, go fuck yourself. Jonah Hill's her son and in the cabinet. That's fun. Yada yada political. We skip to the end. And we've had a couple occasions now where we can take care of this. We haven't. We've chosen to ignore it or focus on other things. Then we make a plan to solve it. And this is my favorite thing. The guy that's the equivalent of if Tim Cook, Peter Thiel, and Elon Musk all did a fusion dance together, the equivalent of that guy is like, no. Let's mine the asteroid instead. So they send new nano drones up to mine the asteroid instead of just like blowing the shit up and solving the problem. And because like all of like the money, and then they fail. And so all the rich people hop on a lifeboat and escape. And our main character, Leo, is sitting there with his family, and he's like he's got this down to a science. He's got his family, he's got the other scientist who first found it, and like her new love romance, and like this nice little like cute scene of everyone who we care about in this film. And they have pretty much a day where they're like, yep, this is what it is. And so they get the opportunity to go to the store and buy a bunch of great food and go and make a meal together and make up on all their past differences and put it all aside and honestly hold hands and sing Kumbaya for the last 5 fucking minutes when the house starts shaking, everything starts, and then you're gone in a fucking lightning, because that's how it's gonna go. Like all these world-changing events are not gonna slowly kill us like a Fallout game.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go like light, but it will be nice to know.
It reminds me of.
We'll get that.
Do you ever see the movie Seeking a Friend for the End of the World?
I didn't watch it. I remember it though.
It's kind of a similar, not premise, but like similar take on the end of the world and like togetherness and everything.
There's Carol in the End of the World, which is a similar thing too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a unique premise. I don't know. I think it would be fun to have that moment.
Yeah. It'd be more fun to not die a horrific death, I think. But, you know, you never know, I suppose. Maybe the world was going to get to go shitty, or I don't know.
If you don't want nuclear hellfire, then we don't get the Fallout TV show.
True, but if we do get nuclear hellfire, maybe that saves us from getting a shitty Avengers movie this fall. So,
oh, fun thing, by the way, I have some Fallout takes for you. Anytime you're ready, I think that we could be the release of some of the greatest Fallout takes ever. I haven't heard anyone bring this up.
Okay.
This show is just what happens if we don't have Fallout game protagonists. It's very simple. And everyone's like, well, where's this? It's specifically what if it happens if you don't.
Okay. Is that good? I haven't seen it.
Well, it is good. Because at first, when I was watching this show, I used to think my expectations were ignored. I got to the end, and I was like, well, this first season's kind of fucking mid. But lately, I'm starting to think my expectations are considered, built upon, and told to fuck off. Kind of in the way of Fallout game.
Fair enough.
You know, fair enough. They thought about them and told me to shut up. So, the way... Okay, do you mind spoilers?
I'm not... Well, I am going to watch it, but it's going to be a while. I'll forget. So go ahead.
The most recent Fallout episode has premiered some interesting things for us all. We got Macaulay Culkin finally.
Nice.
And I'm sure you've heard me... you've heard me bitching to you in private about, like, who is he? Is he Caesar? Did they fucking make Macaulay Culkin Caesar? And I was bitching for a while. And I'll tell you, I got made a fool of. We all got made a fool of. Because he's not Caesar. He's a dude after. We all played a game where we watched a cult of personality run an army. We heard everyone around it say, oh, look at this cult of personality army. Fuck. If this one dude dies, it's going to be hellfire for everyone. They're about to splinter.
As is usually the case with a cult of personality.
As is the actual case. Weirdly, I would say this about the game and never put this together with the show trailers. But guess what, buddy? There's just 2 legions now. Because Caesar died and the cult of personality split.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me about this.
It's great because they took something I thought as inevitable, but I also never thought about time progressing. Because every fucking New Vegas fan is caught in the goddamn year it came out. We all need to move on. Any of you who played this game, move the fuck on. It's incredible how much this has blown my mind on the holes in my logic. We have 2 legions, and we have 2 houses. Have you heard about this?
I don't think so, no.
There's rumblings about it because people want to argue online, and a couple people have caught on. Amazon is the network that releases the show, right? So we have to all technically get it on Amazon, and I'm actually doing it the right way this time.
Yeah.
So we all get access to X-Ray, right? Do you know about X-Ray?
You mean like the thing where you pause it and it shows the actors and everything?
Yeah, and it tells you who is who.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
Tell me why okay. So in season 1, we see Mr. House at the end of the season. You could also note there's another guy who kind of looks like him standing in the background smoking a cigarette, but I don't know. This new season, we still have a Mr. House, but we have another guy who a lot of people are like, this is a recast of Mr. House. X-Ray won't tell us shit. X-Ray specifically like, oh, it's a mysterious dude.
Or I like that because sometimes they fuck that up and it's really irritating.
No, they knew what they were doing with this one. Because everyone who watches this is such a stickler. And so you have this fun little scene where you get Robert House on TV talking about something, and then a dude sitting in a bar in Boston talking to some dudes about the guy on TV. Now it's not like no one in the bar goes, "Isn't that you on the TV?" So I would probably assume it's 2 different guys. If it just me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this guy then goes on to talk about the specs of a fucking nail gun. Kind of weird. Very specific to a dude if you read lore. We have a twin brother situation, like the classic noir thing that we love to see. 2 dudes who look almost alike. And I was talking to my friend right before this stream. And I had to ask him something. So this whole time, since we've all played this game, 15 years, we've all had this character that we know as Mr. House. And he's known as Mr. House. How do we know that that's a Robert House and not an Anthony House? That's Mr. House.
True.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm excited.
Speaking of both being made a fool of and America's terrible foreign policy, I recently started playing Black Ops 7.
Is that the kaiju fight one?
I guess. Yeah, I'm not finished with the story mode yet, so I haven't gotten to a kaiju fight. Well, sort of I did.
Well, it's not a kaiju fight. You're fighting a kaiju.
Yeah. So what it seems to be, I haven't finished the story yet, but what it seems to be, because at the beginning, you and your team get dosed with the hallucinogenic bioweapon from the last Black Ops game. And because it's the future, you have like a cybernetic brain implant that connects the 4 of you, so you all experience the same hallucinations. So they use that to basically do a bunch of surreal, wacky shit.
Do I have to be the one to throw this out there? That's the most non-military hardware ass feature I've ever heard.
Yeah, it really is. It really shows what these developers want to actually be doing with their games instead of making more fucking Call of Duty.
It just doesn't feel like a military conversation at all. And I'm not saying that we got to be like fucking edgelords about this, but like this game, I used to play Call of Duty and play specific World War II battles. I remember the fucking Stalingrad level. I remember where they're like, oh no, you got to specifically use this type of grenade to affect this sort of tank and move from house to house. It's a whole big deal. I remember when Reznov was a person that I don't know, like carried weight to me.
Yeah.
But now all these soldiers or these soldier characters, they don't feel. It doesn't feel like they're soldiers anymore, man.
So the reason I actually bothered to buy this game is because it's a sequel to Black Ops 2, which was the last Call of Duty game that I actually really liked.
It's a sequel to Black Ops. Wait, but wait, isn't every Black Ops a sequel to Black Ops 2?
Well, no, because they have a lot of them to take place between games, but like Black Ops 3 was pretty much unrelated.
Okay, so like this is a lore related thing.
Yeah, like it brings back David Mason and Harper and whatever.
So,
It's weird.
by the way,
what
Reznov
actually,
did
so,
die in that prison, right? Just to make sure that we're doing this story correctly.
yeah.
Reznov dies in the prison.
Well, he died during the escape.
Mason gets out, goes crazy, becomes a officer higher up, experiences flashbacks, then kind of goes crazy again, and I'm kind of lost at that point.
Mason, so he was brainwashed by the Soviets, but then Reznov interfered with the brainwashing. So Alex Mason, throughout his life, was still like plagued with hallucinations of Reznov occasionally.
I'm confusing the two. Thank you.
Yeah, David Mason is Alex's son.
Okay, yeah. So Alex just went out being fucking okay.
Yeah, it actually, what's kind of annoying is that this game is, Black Ops 2 had the multiple endings and shit, and this game being a sequel to it, by definition, means they had to pick an ending, and they picked the non-best ending as the canon one.
I think, okay. It's always fun when games have multiple endings. But the whole point of why people flip out about Fallout is because they don't understand which ending's which. Just to piggyback on, and we'll come back. The Legion was always doomed to split in half. The NCR, have you ever heard about this?
The New California Republic, they've got the flag with the double-headed bear. Like, I know that part.
They're the most good guy looking ass faction you've ever seen.
But as usual with Fallout, there's more to them than that, isn't there?
There is more to them than that. If you go and talk to ranchers in the Mojave, they're like, oh, so these dudes pretty much showed up, took most of my produce, and charged me taxes now. It's kind of weird. Like, I've always just shot anyone who showed up and gave me a problem. Yeah. But now they tell me they protect me, and I got to give them all my stuff. And it's like, oh, wait, how does your country work? Hold on. It's a very big
they're
question.
Big fans of eminent domain, I take it.
Very big fans of eminent domain, and as long as I realistically have a moral law system, whatever I got to do to achieve that is just the price of government. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, that sounds a lot like the government you live in, that's the funny part, is they're trying to remake the whole American system that caused a fallout. It's pretty silly.
It reminds me of the fucking Commonwealth from Walking Dead.
Yes! It's that let's remake the problem idea. Oh, well, this didn't work the first time, but if I tried the second time and I really put my mind to it, with these added environmental issues, I'm sure we can all get to it with less people. What? Are you insane?
As just the show kind of went off the rails, I do appreciate that, unlike the comic, the show ends with them basically embracing communism, like explicitly.
Anything that doesn't have Carl in The Walking Dead isn't The Walking Dead to me.
Yeah, I said, it went off the rails, but I do appreciate the fact. I do appreciate the fact that Daryl literally says to the leader of the Commonwealth, "You tried to remake the old world. That was the fucking problem."
It's a bit on the nose, but we have to do it for the audience. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Now, they're not explicit that what they're embracing is communism, but they are explicit that they're getting rid of, like, the class distinctions of the society.
I would argue that they're just they're going against classes. Like it's
Yeah.
not because they're not forcibly making everything controlled by the state as much as it's like forcibly enforcing or forcibly not letting a distinction happen through the state.
Yeah, they are getting rid of money. I remember that part. Which
Well,
that bugged me at the end of the comic that they brought back fucking money in their rebuilt society. Like, come on, guys.
No, it made sense in the comic because if you're okay, if we're gonna play the advanced version and like not bullshit ourselves, you have one community that is a farm community that its entire fucking produce and their export only happen at certain times of the year. You have a fishing community that is constantly exporting fish, and then you have a community that's mostly doing governance and then like the logistics, while you have another one doing militaries. If you can tell me a way to make sure everyone's getting everything fairly without money, then you're a fucking econ god. That's why we need money.
Sorry I'm late. Did I miss anything on Maduro? We don't really have any new updates. Let me check again while I'm here.
Also, hi.
Hi, World City. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely.
Come on, man. Give me something. Yeah, it looks like it's just the same information we had before.
So we're just kind of holding and black boxing.
Yep.
I mean,
anyway, so you played Black Ops 2, right? Back in the day?
I played a lot of Black Ops 2 Zombies. I can tell you exactly how to fuck up some train wreck.
Okay. But, like, not the story mode necessarily?
I don't remember. Like, I know I did it, but I was, like, zoned out at that point. It felt like an obligation, and it didn't feel like it cared anymore about me. So I didn't care much about it.
So Black Ops 2 was the last one where I really liked the story. And it, like I said, it has the different endings and shit. You can choose what happens.
Yeah.
And there is a best ending.
Do you have to do multiple endings to get the best ending?
Like there's various choices you have to make throughout.
But you can get the best ending the first time?
Well, yeah, if you make all the right choices.
I just asked because one of the games I played somewhat recently was Undertale. And that's not possible there. You have to almost play the first time, fail, or half succeed, and then they're like, do you want to really succeed?
Yeah, it's annoying because, like, if you do the best ending, I don't remember every single detail. You save the ship.
Okay.
In fact, other than Harper, pretty much everyone lives.
Okay.
Because Harper that's like the downside of the best ending is Harper has to make the fucking sacrifice. So Harper dies, but pretty much everyone else lives. You save the ship. Alex Mason is still alive, it turns out. He faked his death. And you spare Menendez at the end.
I didn't finish the storyline. Oh, fuck. Okay.
So anyway, like, this new game is canon to a particular ending. So, like, you did kill Menendez, Harper lived, your father appears to have actually died when he supposedly died.
The Black Ops 1 Protect.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait.
In 2, you play as him in the 80s levels and his son in the 2020s levels.
So to be fucking clear, you're telling me just one option, the dude is alive, Black Ops 1 Protag, and one option, he's dead, and he's dead.
Yeah, so there's a level where you play as Woods, and Woods gets tricked into killing Mason because he's got a bag over his head and he's told it's Menendez.
I remember Woods. Isn't Woods in modern... Wait, no. Is Woods from Black Ops 1? Is that his first game?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It's been such a long time.
So I actually replayed them a couple of years ago. That's why I remember it as well
Oh,
as I
thank you
do.
so much, because I'm so lost.
Um, yeah, so the way it works in the game, and they don't tell you this, you have to figure it out on your own, is that during that scene where you are told to shoot the target, if you shoot him in the head, Mason's dead for real. If you shoot him anywhere else, you'll find out at the end that he survived.
Hmm.
But this game
does it
treats
aim me
it.
at his head?
What?
Does it first aim me at his head?
No, it doesn't. It just tells you, like, take the shot, and then you go and take the shot.
Do you think most people shot him in the head?
I don't know. I mean, either way, he's presumed dead. It's just the question is if you didn't shoot him in the head at the end of the game, like one of the many mid-credit scenes, Woods is like in his old man retirement home, and Mason walks in and reveals that he was alive.
Maybe I did. God, my memory is shitty.
I mean, it's not like the biggest deal in the world. It just kind of sucks that, like, damn it, why did I go to all that effort to get the best ending then? Or more accurately, why did they not let us do, like what Wolfenstein: The New Colossus did? Because that also has like the two timelines in the previous game. So what the second game did is that they open it with you telling the story of the first game, and when you get to the parts that were choices, it lets you select which one you want to choose again.
I get what you're saying. It's, this is a difficult thing, and I'm currently experiencing this. I mean, when you love the lore or something, or the story of something in general, you will attach yourself to a certain ending. And naturally, to get more, to simultaneously have media where you get choices and then have more media, one of the choices will have to have been picked.
Yeah. Or that you do what Wolfenstein did, where they let you re-choose it at the beginning of the second game.
I don't know if I like that. I mean, you can do that, but I that almost pulls me out a bit. I mean, okay, I'll put it this way.
Yeah, it works with that one because what they did was like basically the difference is which of the two characters survive.
I'd say there from what I'd say. Have you ever played? Actually, shit, I think Nintendo did this first. Have you ever played like Banjo-Kazooie?
Not a ton, but I know of it.
Well, they'd have shit where like you play the first game, then you play the second game, and you're impacted by stuff you got in the first game.
Yeah.
I'm okay with if you beat Wolfenstein and you made a choice that the game would give you an option or almost just kind of force a thing based on your game data. But I almost don't want to be asked.
Yeah, they couldn't do the game data one with Wolfenstein in particular because the previous game was also on the other console. Or was also on the previous generation.
There is a way, but I hear what you're saying.
Well, yeah, because like the first one came out, it was on PS4 as well, but it was also on PS3. Do it with
cards. You used to have to plug shit in.
Yeah, I know.
2026.
Yeah, well, Black Ops has managed to avoid having to answer any of these questions till now because all the other ones they've done that had any of these characters were set between other games.
I don't know. I'm just very open minded lately because of this lore change. I think anything's possible.
Yeah, like Black Ops 6 takes place in the early 90s, so it takes place after the 80s flashbacks from 2, but before the main story of 2.
I get that. Okay.
Yeah, so like Woods is in it, but he's in a wheelchair because of his knees getting blown out with the shotgun by Menendez. And
very big GTA middle ground energy. I like that.
There's actually a bit in one of the overhearable conversations in 6 has a bit where basically Woods feels like he doesn't know what his purpose is anymore now that he can't go out in the field and, kill bad guys. And one of the other characters who's a lot younger than him is saying how, like, you're still incredibly useful as mission coordinator, behind the scenes guy. And the comparison he makes is, sure, maybe you're not Captain America anymore. Maybe now you're Professor X. And then Woods goes, who the fuck is Professor X? Get out of here with that shit. Because this guy's young enough that he probably would have grown up with X-Men comics, but Woods is like 55, so
that's really hilarious. But it
actually
reminds
he's
me of
older
a
than that.
different character, and I think it reminds me of a conversation we had off stream.
What's that?
Do you remember when you asked me about Barbara Gordon being president?
Oh yeah, Superman Batman Generations.
Yes. I mean, it would be more Oracle than anything, wouldn't it?
Well, in that timeline, she never became Oracle, but yeah, if normal Barbara Gordon became
no.
president.
I'm saying if Woods start doing some shit behind the scenes, it's more Oracle than anything, isn't it?
That's basically what his role is in Black Ops 6, because he can't, like, actually, when your base gets invaded, he does grab a shotgun and start killing motherfuckers from his wheelchair.
Yeah, and Oracle can always do that from a wheelchair. That's what Oracle could do. Like, they just can't move with the gun, but the gun's there. Oracle is scary. I'm terrified of Oracle.
Yeah.
And Oracle should never be president. I understand the one that. Oh, sorry. Is that hot or cold?
Cold, but no, I'm fine. I just was like, shit.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. The one that became Oracle is different from the one that became president. But I just have I just have a fear about anyone who can be Oracle being the president.
Yeah, it's like when you play Call of Duty, you just have to say, this takes place in a fantasy world where the US are the good guys.
But the US are the good guys. What do you mean?
I wish. Actually,
Map guy, fuck yeah.
Like many previous Call of Duty games, this one is accidental left-wing propaganda because the villains are literally a private military contractor with their own corporate soldiers and shit. Actually, they're not a military contractor. They're a company, but a company that's so rich it has its own army.
No. It's the corporations, you see.
Yeah, like it actually is really funny that yet again Call of Duty has tried to make military propaganda and accidentally made lefty propaganda.
Was it ever military propaganda?
Well, yeah, that's the goal. Like Call of Duty's goal is to sell kids on joining the fucking army.
Is it?
Oh yeah, they have business dealings
about the horrors of war.
That's what it was. What you think is what was going on, but no, like they literally have contracts with the U.S. military, and.
But like, why do I get important quotes about? Okay, so throwback to people who used to play old Call of Duties.
Oh yeah.
Why would I get interesting quotes from generals every time I died that were like very negative war, but like it's like, unfortunately we're doing this right now, but we gotta do it.
Because those games were so old that they did not yet have contracts with the US military.
I don't know about this because Xbox had the company with the US military. That's why the controller's like that.
Well, true. But also, by the way, when I replayed, because I have them on PS3 because I never bothered getting the remasters. I replayed the original Modern Warfare trilogy a couple years ago, and I forgot that one of those death quotes is from Putin.
Yeah. I just think it's fun when we look back at like I used to play Call of Duty games, and I was always not the best in my friend group. You know, ironically, my cousin, who's in the forces, used to destroy me.
Makes sense.
But I always felt like, wow, these games are fun for a bunch of different reasons. I can chart the progress of an army from a first
hang on.
person perspective.
There we go.
Look at this. I can travel with the army from a first person perspective. I can get a different idea of the weapons used during the war by these different armies. I can learn quotes from all these generals. Nowadays, I don't think any of those fun aspects are there.
Oh, now it's just sci-fi.
There's no,
Like,
I hate to be a fucking nerd, but I like the unintentional learning that military games used to give you. I mean,
yeah, it was great.
I got a degree because of video games. I will preach this to everyone until I die. I have a degree and graduated top of my class with this degree because of a video game. Do you know what video game it was?
I'm guessing Fallout.
No.
Okay, which one?
Sid Meier's Civilization.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. You did tell me that.
So, I really like that game.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that game. It's a fun game. But I was a very different person before I found this game. Like, we're all different before we find media that shapes us. I mean, hell, me and you met in college, so this might be interesting. I graduated from high school, and I don't really know what direction I want to go with my life. I have an interesting set of academic skills that don't necessarily all veg with each other. Like, I'm not the type of person who's all science who should go buy biochemistry.
Yeah.
I'm not just an engineer type. I've always been half social science, half hard science. And that's a weird mix for me. Now, when I graduate, I do the unpopular choice. And I got shit for this for a while. I'm going to take a year off. You know, you were in the public school system, Larry. Do you know what teachers tell you when they say you're going to take a year off?
That if you do, you won't go back, and blah, 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 blah. Yep.
No one who ever takes time off ever goes back to school. It's just
Which is
an
completely
excuse.
ridiculous, by the way.
It's actually outrageous. I'm really
Yeah,
offended by this concept.
Yeah, it's insulting for sure.
Cause I was like, I'm burnt out from what happened here, and I don't think this is what I should be like, but I need to reassess. And they're like, oh, so you're just quitting. What?
Yeah, it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. They always say that. And it's never true, by the way. It's never fucking true.
It's never true. If you wanted to go back, you'll always go back.
Yeah.
So when I take this year off, I do what a lot of people in my 7 C's ass position do. I'm on the 7 C's a lot. Consuming.
Yo
One
ho,
day.
yo ho.
Yo ho, yo ho. I'm not going to do that other thing.
That's why I stopped.
I'm just saying I sail the seas and I'll take your booty. But I mean that, and every time I'll do it consensually. Hey, yo ho,
yo ho, consensually for me.
That's what my parrot says. Quack, consent, quack. But
True. Brock, not enough enthusiasm, Brock.
Brock, no means no, Brock. But yeah, no, like it's great. It's great. So Jordan P will be very, very pleased by this, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there. But so while I was on these C's, I was stumbling across a bunch of RTSs. And for some reason, someone was like, if you're a bit of an old school gamer, you might want to try Civ because you like turns. I like turns. Sometimes I'm slow, and I like to be slow. We can all be slow together. So I try out Civ, and it's the greatest mix of turns and RTS I've ever found. Now, I'm a fucking nerd, but Have you ever encountered when you're a nerd in ways you didn't expect yourself to be?
Yep.
So I'm out here and I play a game, and this motherfucker beats me to get in the pyramids. And I'm like, what? I was trying to get the pyramids. And I'm like, oh shit, they have more productivity than me. Wait, okay, fine. And I take out a notebook. I'm like, all right, let's set up 3 bars. Let's set up propential. Like, if I assume the best of my opponent, what's their possible output? If I assume my maximum output, what's this maximum output? If I was to assume what happened when I combine these two, because sometimes it's a unique output, what changes what where. Therefore, if I make this choice, and this choice, what will guarantee this over this, allowing for me to rob this person if we're both trying for the same thing at the same time? And I'm like, all right, that's the first thing, and it works. I'm like, oh, this is fun. So I do that for one project. I start doing it for a second, and I start getting like really good with these fucking graph projections. Soon I got like 4 pages going, and I paused for a minute. I was like, oh fuck, I think it's been like 2 hours since I touched the game. That's fun. Like, have you ever just gone into something like, oh, that's been a while? That's great.
Oh god, the number of times that I've like fallen into the character customizer for like 20, 30 minutes minimum.
Well, that's what I thought, but I'm making graphs, man, on a notebook. I wasn't even playing the game. I was thinking about the game. And it was.
By the way, speaking of that, when I played Cyberpunk, I made his dick as big as I could.
Did you make his skin as dark as possible?
No, I made the skin as close to mine. I made him look more or less like me, like as much as it would let me.
Oh, you made him look more or less like you, huh? Yeah. Are all our viewers listening? Put this on the compilation. Larry's giant cock.
Well, I also gave him fucking cyborg arms, and I don't have those either.
You don't have them yet? I
mean, that's true, but I'm probably not going to ever get them because I don't trust fucking Neuralink or whoever.
Bro, you're so right. Luke totally expected to get that cyber arm.
Well, yeah, true, but
got him.
Okay, well, first of all, it was his hand, and second, that was because of an injury, whereas your character
don't fucking be that guy.
Whereas in Cyberpunk, your character did it for like fun, essentially. Like, he didn't get his cybernetics because he was injured in a fucking fight or whatever.
Listen, David went through some things. Why can't another guy?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I don't even know what I'm supposed to say to that bullshit.
I mean, you've seen that world. It's hell. Someone could easily break my arm. God forbid I get a robot one instead of getting every fucking bone replaced. My bad.
Yeah, I don't know. My point is, by the way, coincidentally, I also had him looking quite a bit like Johnny Silverhand, which I didn't even mean to do.
You look like a lot of dudes.
Yeah, I mean, the game only lets you customize the facial model so much, you know, but I could give him, like, my hairstyle, my sense of fashion. Like, I could do that kind of stuff.
Fair. So, question is...
By the way, go ahead.
Okay, what?
Oh, go ahead. You were saying something.
I was going to say, is that hair considered a slick back or a pullback?
Well, it's normally neither, but with headphones on, it looks like that.
Yeah, man. I used to be a bad guy. Real slick back.
So all that talk you're telling me about Civ, you ever heard of this board game? Because I think you'd like it.
Okay. This is okay. I'm sure I would like it. Oh my god, it is what it is. Can I be Rommel? I'll play you, but I have to be Rommel.
As long as I don't have to be the Nazis. Also, I don't actually want to play this. I don't have the attention span. I'm just very amused that it exists.
Oh, fun fact. I'm in. Okay. I have an old memory of mine. I used to have this friend of mine who was really into board games. And so one day he says, "This is the most complicated board game or war game that I have, and no one will play it with me. Will you play?" And I looked at him and I was like, "Sure, I'll play, but I'm gonna beat you first of all. So, like, I hope that's not part of your fun because that's not gonna happen." He's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about, but we're gonna do this." And he's like, "Okay," and he shows me the Civil War board game.
Okay.
So, you being a black man, you know what I obviously had to choose, right?
I'm not a black man, but I do know which side you chose.
Tell me what side I chose.
I'm assuming the North.
No, nigga, I made the South rise again.
So are the South the good guys here?
No,
Like,
they're the losers of the war. It's the harder side.
Okay. Okay. I thought you were
They
doing
don't
like
win.
a
They're
fucking.
not competent, dude.
Well,
No.
yeah. They're an agricultural economy. They're fucking.
Act-
They're not built for war.
Well, that's the thing. Is like, okay. Here's the funny thing about the South in the American Civil War. They're an agricultural economy who should not be built for war, but because, and we don't really consider this in like the modern age because it's kind of weird how we're globalized. They had one of the greatest minds of a generation sitting, doing work. I don't really like saying this, but Robert E. Lee is categorically a great strategic mind. Yeah, I know he fucked up, but let's be real, dude. Everyone does.
Yeah, I mean they offered him fucking command of the Union Army.
If we had him, it would have made it a little easier. I mean, sure, it would have still happened, but it would have been a lot easier because we could have crumbled the command so quicker. But
I don't know enough about this to fucking contribute, but I believe you.
So point being, I always find the Confederacy interesting because it should not work. It's pretty much you take a really good general and you give him a military. What's the best word? A test.
Like war games type of thing.
Yeah. If you give him a solution and try to make him, or give him a problem and try to have him like unwind it.
Oh, like a thought exercise.
Yes. Like, I find the Confederacy interesting because Robert E. Lee made his way through most of the puzzles that he was given. Not for good or bad moral reasons. He was just working on puzzles.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously, he had his moral reasons, but dude was also working on puzzles, remind you. Dude's a terrible person, lived on plantations. I hate him, but...
Well, he's not a terrible anymore because now he's dead, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess one of those things is just like, it doesn't excuse it, but I just find it interesting how, like, so much was only possible through that. Anyway, so tell my friend, if we're going to do this game, I want to play that. Like, I want to play that game where I have a really shitty army and I want to see if I can make this work. And he's like, I don't understand you. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to put it into very simpler terms for you. And you'll love this a lot more. Because all of that is such a long explanation for reason one. Do you want a reason two?
Sure.
You're not going to fucking play the Confederacy against my black ass. I'm going to play the Confederacy against your white ass. That's the only option.
Deep in Nick's heart of hearts, what he wants to be is Ozymandias from Watchmen. Like, Nick dreams of nothing more than to be able to say nothing ever really ends.
Listen, I'm not pro Ozymandias and Watchmen, but he did pull one over on Dr. Manhattan. And that is a feat that no one else can attribute themselves to ever.
Yeah, and he nearly blew his ass up until he didn't think of the whole I already rebuilt myself once angle.
Literally, one could argue Ozymandias dies because of plot. Not to be a dick, but you could argue that.
Well, he doesn't die, but yeah.
Well, doesn't he?
No, not in the original. That is.
I don't remember. I get confused. What happens to him in the original?
He wins. They just leave.
But like, he's gonna die.
Well, I mean, eventually, yeah, but he's not like dying. I mean, he's still alive in the Watchmen show, which takes place 34 years later.
True.
Rorschach dies. The comedian dies.
Rorschach fucked around. The comedian should have died.
And he did. He got thrown to his fucking death from a window.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Dr. Manhattan dies in the Watchmen show, but not in the comic.
Yeah, comic, he's just like, all right, fuck this. I'm not human anymore.
By the way, I just want to make note of this. Basically, yeah. With the campaign for North Africa, it has been called the most complex war game ever designed, with the commonly cited example noted in the game's advertising that Italian troops require additional water supplies to prepare pasta.
If they don't have pasta, does it affect their food stat or their morale stat?
I'm guessing food, but I don't actually know.
Nah, because, like, I'm not going to fucking joke if, like, the whole point is, oh, I'm a stereotype. I can only eat pasta. Bro, welcome to the fucking fasciste army. What the fuck do you mean? Like,
I don't know. That just tickles me that, like, it was obsessed with detail to that extent.
Oh, I love a good detail-oriented game. Like, I like games that if you, like, have you read a video game that you'll just be going on the internet and you'll hear someone go, "Oh wow, do you remember that time that you do X Y Z and X Y Z and X Y Z game and this happens?" And you're like, "That can happen." I played so much time, I didn't even know.
Yep, dude, it took me until Last of Us 2 to know that you can hold an enemy hostage and then keep holding them hostage and kill someone else.
Oh, I'm fucked up. I knew that. I knew that early. I knew that early.
I literally didn't know that until the No Return add-on for the PS5 remaster, which was 2 years ago.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, and tell me if I'm silly. Isn't that part of the actual game when Joel hijacks the hospital? Doesn't at one point he grabs the guy and he's like, "Back the fuck up"?
In the cutscene, he grabs the guy and throws him against the wall and shoots him. But like he doesn't. Okay. Like there's no scripted moment where he does that.
Okay.
But yeah, like I just never thought to try that. Like when I grab an enemy, I pretty much always kill them immediately.
I really wish I liked The Last of Us.
I know.
Well, do you know what I did the first time I played The Last of Us?
I don't think so.
So I'm a completionist kind of dude, and sometimes I think things are possible if you try really hard and just do all the things the perfect way. It's like Donkey Kong. Sometimes you got to beat a level, go backwards, go forwards, and go backwards again, and then there's something there. Yeah. That's the thing. So the hospital level with Joel, the final level of The Last of Us. I think we've all played it, or anyone in the audience who hasn't played it is alright to be spoiled. So here's the thing: you gotta go and save the girl. But like, the way it's pitched to me, at least, when you get there, there's this doctor who he's like, no, hold on. Let me plead my case with you real quick about this. This girl, if you didn't obviously read all the subtext, can cure the zombie virus. I need to kill her. You need to sacrifice her, like your daughter in the prologue. But if you do, then everyone's cool. Everything, everywhere. It's awesome. And so there's this scene where it has your gun up and you like just it's like shoot him. So you know what I did?
What?
I read a fucking book. I put the controller down and read a fucking book.
Oh, you mean because like you didn't like that you didn't get to decide?
Well, no, I mean, have you ever played Far Cry?
Not really, no. But I know that they have like the different choices and the endings and shit.
I think it's Far Cry 4. The beginning of the game has you show up to a place. I forget who this is, but he's like, all right. The guy's like, hold on 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Because you want to go and visit the grave of your sister. This is what your motivation is. So he's like, give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm going to take you right there. So so he leaves. After like 30 seconds, a bunch of gunshots and shit go off. And so players do what players do. And they're like, I want to play a game. And so they run off and they follow the thing, yada, yada, yada. Fun fact, if you wait exactly 5 minutes, character walks back, goes, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Literally flies you right to your character's personal motivation. You have the most heartfelt moment that you wanted. That's the theoretical goal of the whole game. And the credits roll. Good job. Game over. You did it. You just actually listened to someone for 5. The whole game is 5 minutes long if you can actually stomach it.
Similarly, Spec Ops: The Line. Have you played that one, or like, do you know it at least?
I know of it. I didn't play the line.
So at the beginning of the game, you show up with the expectation that you're basically just here to confirm that everyone's dead, and then you call in backup, right?
Sure.
But then there's people alive, and they attack you, and you fight them.
Sure.
And they, like, your character logically should basically just go, all right, we're calling in backup now. But instead, he leads you in because it's like, oh shit, we have to actually figure out what's going on here type of thing.
I'm gonna turn around and go back to that shit real quick.
Well, so they initially, in like the beta test version of the game, had the option to do the right thing and just circle back and call for backup. And they had to take it out because too many players chose that option.
That's the thing. It's a fun hidden option. But what I'm saying is I sat there on this one screen in The Last of Us 1, positive that it was one of these things. And a fucking half an hour went by,
they
man.
Just make you do it.
A half an hour went by, and he's still just cowering in front of me. No, and I'm like, I'm mad now. All right, I'm mad now. Why is this not a cutscene? Why am I even doing this?
I actually, when I go back and I don't do this anymore because I know the answer, but the first time I went back and played the first one after playing the second, I tried to go out of there without killing the doctor.
Is that after I brought this up to you?
No.
Okay.
You have brought this up to me before, but no, it's because of who the doctor turns out to be in the second one.
I mean, even before I knew who the doctor turned out to be in the second one, my whole frustration as a concept is you give me this mission. Okay, hold on. In the beginning of the game, there's not a way I can save my daughter by shooting everything.
Yeah.
In the end, you pretty much give me an opportunity to save everything by shooting everything. But you don't give me an opportunity to not shoot anything and impact things like it did in the first. I don't see the full wraparound of how the art should be. I would adore The Last of Us if you gave me a point as Joel in which I could say, fuck, I'll be the sacrifice. not by killing myself, but by hating myself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I really wanted The Last of Us to be an emotional journey, and instead it was a forceful shove of what is. And then by the time we reached The Last of Us 2, the whole, I mean, because I remember you were a warrior on the forefront of protecting The Last of Us 2 from everyone hating it for like unreasonable means. And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
and I
no, I
still
hear
am.
you. I just hate the whole franchise.
I'm still Last of Us 2 strongest soldier.
I know,
because a ton of people are just too
for a
stupid
while,
to
I was like,
understand it.
I remember we had a conversation where I'm like, I hate The Last of Us, and you're like, listen, and like you like started your points. I'm like, whoa, I hate Joel, and you're like, what? That's not what I usually hear.
Yeah, I know. Well, when I went and replayed that scene, I tried to walk out without hitting anyone, and then when the doctor gets in your way with the knife, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna punch him.
I've tried sneaking through the entire scene without killing a single person. I've tried killing every single person to where no one could threaten me. Nothing matters in that entire level. I've done it 5 fucking ways. And that's so infuriating because the level is so open. I had to go through it and none of my choices matter. Okay, it doesn't even matter how many doctors I kill. Universally, it doesn't matter. Those lives are meaningless for a game that puts so much worth on each individual human that I meet. I encounter a fucking enclave and like, fuck them. They're just not human, I guess. That's silly. This is silly. I've met communities. They're important here. This is bad.
Well, what's nuts is that even if you attack the doctor barehanded, it still ends in a death because what Joel does if you do a barehanded attack is he just grabs his hand and jams the scalpel into his neck.
No, I forgot the exact detail of why I was mad about that, but thank you for specifying because
However, you do not have to kill the other 2 doctors in the room. You can leave them alive, and so I do.
And what effect does that have?
It doesn't affect anything. It just teaches you what kind of person you are.
I don't think so, because the kind of person I am is the sad person who can accept one thing, bro. Doesn't matter how much I like Ellie. She ain't worth the fucking race.
Yeah, well, then you get, like, because people have been debating this for 12 years, or almost 13 years now. But then you have to get into, like, well, do they know that it would work? They don't know. They just suspect. Why would they not get Ellie's consent? Because she definitely would have said yes. We know Ellie. Like...
Well, I don't think consent... Okay, I think consent is an important thing for anything involving the self.
Yeah.
When we're talking about a development of a cure, I do have to ask, do they care about the self or do they care about, like, I don't know. Like, it just feels a little, while I understand the consent is important, fuck, I mean, this is, I mean, how do I put this? I have raised children, and I would never put the judgment or the potential of any large amount of children on one. How many other children will suffer?
Yeah, I mean, I get why the people desperate to save the Earth wouldn't stop to fucking ask permission. But if they had, it would have been a lot more morally simple for Joel to sign off on it, I'm assuming. No, maybe not. Joel isn't always a rational guy where his feelings are concerned. But I bet that if Ellie said, it's okay, I signed off on this, I bet she could talk Joel into being okay with it.
Okay, so to be clear, I haven't played The Last of Us 2.
Okay.
So I just want to double check something. She finds out she's the cure, right?
Well, it's not, yeah. I mean, again,
it's not 100%.
Do we know she would be a cure? Not necessarily, but...
I don't know how much of a chance you need for one person to be a relevant hope.
Well,
Like,
yeah, that's actually because when Ellie goes back to the hospital to find clues about what happened, one of the recordings she finds says, like, even if we found her or someone else immune, it doesn't matter because Dr. Anderson was the one with the know-how to make the vaccine. And
yeah, no, we shot the Great White Hope. Like, oh, random question. Do you know where that phrase
or in
comes
my
from?
case, I
Great White
stabbed him
Hope?
in the neck with a scalpel, but no, I don't think so.
Give me one moment, and I will come back and tell you that fun story, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Excusez-moi.
So while Nick answers his door, we're gonna do some devil shit. And by devil shit, I mean try to find out if there's anything new about Maduro. And the answer is probably no. Let me see. He's in New York City, I guess. It is really funny to me that they're not even bothering with the Iraq War-esque pretense for this.
Did I miss something?
I don't care about that. No, I was just trying to see if there's anything from Maduro, and there isn't.
Commenters, people, audience, how we doing today?
Ugh. I don't know. I'm doing fine. I think everyone else is busy and or not here.
Well, I mean, they
that's
might be
fine. We're
stressed
having
about
fun.
Maduro, but it's important we at least ask.
So, what is the origin of the Great White Hope saying?
Boxing.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I think I know what you're going to tell me, but go ahead.
I find it interesting because this was brought up recently in a Dave Chappelle stand-up, and I'm like, it's weird Dave Chappelle is bringing this up. But yeah. So, heavyweight championships, world heavyweight championships, are something that are very important to the athletic community.
Yeah.
And for a long time, the athletic community was racist as fuck.
Was? I wasn't aware we'd given up that fact.
They're not well, let me put it this way. They're not racist enough that they're trying to keep black athletes out. They're just racist enough that they're trying to make money off the black athletes.
Yeah, they realize there's a more pragmatic form of racism available to them.
Exactly. So maybe less different races, let's say.
Yeah.
So back when we were still doing segregational racism, athleticism, we can't let those niggas fight. I mean, we saw what happened with Jesse Owens.
Yeah, it pissed Hitler off, that's for sure.
You saw what happened with the MLB.
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
Jackie
what happened to Babe
Robinson.
Ruth's records? Took 5 years and they're gone.
Yeah, sorry. Getting
Fun fact:
better
Babe
at
Ruth
baseball, white people.
Babe Ruth is not a good baseball player. He's not. He's just not.
Yeah, not by modern standards for sure.
Not by the standards of the Negro Baseball League, which he didn't play in at the time, same year.
Yeah, but that doesn't count because we're terrified of melanin.
I mean, fair. So, the Great White Hope comes from the idea that at one point, a black dude took the championship. And so we needed it back. Or they needed it back. It's funny because I can play for all sides.
Yeah, sure.
So sometimes I do. But so white people were like, nah. And they created The Great White Hope. The one wrestler who's going to boxer. God, why am I like this? Who's going to overtake and come back and reclaim for the Caucasian people. You know what happened?
He lost. Yeah.
Pretty badly.
Yeah,
So,
I knew the phrase was used there. I just didn't realize that was the invention of the phrase.
it sounds like something that would be for sharks, but it's not.
Yeah, I assumed it was like a nautical thing, like the white hope of like, oh, we've successfully reached the Arctic, like our goal, like.
So, the older we get, the more we should acknowledge. Any nautical terms that involve white are made by writers who make symbolism and not sailors, because
True.
sailors make logical terms.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The white whale, if anyone here hasn't read Moby Dick, and this is going to spoil you, please close your ears. You're not supposed to reach a white whale. A white whale is something to strive for, not get, drive you up a hill, and maybe bring you to madness.
I will say I have acquired several of my white whales over the years, and I feel like I'm a better person for it.
I don't feel like they're white whales at that point. I feel like that's just bad labeling.
Well, true, but
I mean, like,
specifically, there's two examples I'm thinking of.
okay.
One was the movie Turbo Kid. I could not find that fucking movie on Blu-ray for years, and I finally did, and I was really happy. And the other was the 2003 Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Is that the one with the theme song?
They all have theme songs.
No, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant.
Oh, that's the 80s one.
Oh, fuck. Okay. No, sorry.
That is my favorite Ninja Turtles
in a
theme
half
song.
shell. Turtle Power.
That is my favorite theme song the franchise has ever done. But no, the 03 one was the like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Turtles
Yeah,
counted
so
all.
I love
1, 2, 3, 4 turtles.
That's my favorite iteration of Ninja Turtles ever, and I've been a fan of it since I was a kid. And literally since whenever I fucking started watching it, like 2003, I have been begging the universe to make a complete series DVD box set of it. And like 2 years ago, they finally fucking did.
Isn't one of the lines of that song? Sorry, because I was replaying in the back of my head. Isn't one of the lines of that song "Get the shell out of town"?
It's a shell of a town.
It's a shell of a town. That's what it is.
Yeah, they use shell as a substitute for hell a number of times throughout that show.
Yeah, like that was the one they really liked to do it though. They like to lean into.
Yeah. But yeah, first they for like 2 decades just did not have a proper release of that show, and they finally fucking put it on DVD. Now it's kind of a shitty manufacturer on demand DVD with glitches, but I'll take it until they produce something better.
I mean, that's okay.
I love that fucking show. Because it's like the whole. I guess I'll go on a fucking stun lock about Ninja Turtles.
Now do it.
What made that show great was that it was based almost entirely on the original comics, not on the cartoons and shit that had come since.
And how does that make a difference?
Because it means that it is a lot darker and more serious, and for better or worse, lacking some of the sillier characters now thought of as like central Ninja Turtles characters.
Is it those two motherfuckers that are like the villain? Fucking. They're like
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're not in the 03 one. I mean, there's like little references.
That's who you were talking about, though, wasn't it? It felt like you were subtweeting.
No, because they're as silly as they are, they can be taken semi-seriously. I was referring to the like side characters like Mondo Gecko and like the Mutanimals and shit.
Weird question. In 20 years, how's it gonna feel when you say like, oh wow, so I was subtweeting, or like, so like someone subtweeted me, and it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I know, right? But
What is
yeah,
that?
like that cartoon was just fucking awesome. Like obviously they had to tone down the content a little because it is like airing on Saturday mornings for children.
So it's not
But
the last
like,
Ronin?
no, it's not quite at the level. Well, occasionally it gets there. Actually, what's funny, there's an episode of that show that is very, very similar to The Last Ronin, and I wonder if it was an intentional inspiration.
Please tell me more about it. For some reason, my mind went to that Teen Titans episode.
The one where they go to like the dark future and everything sucks. It's basically that.
Oh, by the way,
yes.
have you? Okay, this is a loaded ass question. You're probably gonna feel a certain type of way about me by hearing this.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the Teen Titans Go episode about the Teen Titans episode?
I've seen the one where they try to be serious like the original Titans.
There's more than you think. There's okay.
Because I've seen some Teen Titans Go.
I didn't catch that.
I've seen some of Teen Titans Go, but I didn't like watch the whole series or anything.
Wait, do you want to finish your point first before I fucking jump on?
Oh, yeah. So there's a 4-parter little storyline in that Ninja Turtles cartoon where one of their villains with like cosmic powers shows up, and he shows up in their lair and he fucks them, and he throws them all through different wormholes and shit.
Different wormholes. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't even remember if he did it on purpose because it's like, chaotic magic you can't hope to understand.
Sure.
So each turtle winds up in a different world, and they each get an episode about how they get back home and what they do in this world.
Wait, does Mikey just get that?
No, Donnie does. So
That's the
like,
saddest option ever. Oh my god.
I don't remember what all of them were. I remember Raph got thrown because they weren't all to different universes or timelines. Some were just to like different planets. But Raph got transported to like the other side of the fucking galaxy and has to partake in like an intergalactic motorcycle race type of thing.
I do remember this.
They varied in tone.
I remember this.
Yeah. So the Donnie one, he gets thrown into an apocalyptic future where the Shredder won and took over the world, and he has to team up with the old decrepit versions of his brothers. But they do have the bit where Mikey is the surviving turtle who's still fighting, and it has him fucking missing an arm and shit. Fuck. It's fucking awesome.
Fuck, that's sick.
Yeah, I guess what happened was
Turtles Lord, I feel like I can contribute, but
well, this was, I guess, in this world, Donnie disappeared, and there was no like scientific heart to like beat in the center and develop all the shit they need.
I get it.
But yeah, by the way, it ultimately doesn't matter because this timeline never winds up happening. But all the turtles except Donnie fucking die in the last battle.
Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, well, they're all fucking old and shit.
Yeah, no, like it makes sense. It's just rough. Like they just do what they gotta do. It personally, that reminds me of you'll need to tell me the show and the episode, but you'll understand. Old Static Shock, old Batman Beyond.
Oh, the one where he time travels to Batman Beyond time?
Someone does. I don't even remember who goes.
Yeah, Static goes. He meets his old self and everything.
That's what it is. Static goes and meets old Static. Okay.
Yeah.
But on Teen Titans Go. So you are one of the foremost comic book scholars I've ever met.
Which is funny because I'm not particularly fucking good at it, but all right.
All right, buddy. Let's look at the back shelf and let's just be humble. Now.
Yeah, I know.
So I personally have this vibe about Teen Titans Go that I've interpreted from it. Now, the common thing that everyone goes, Teen Titans Go is garbage. It's not the Teen Titans I grew up with. Well, first of all, I don't think anyone disagrees with you. I don't think there's a single person who's sitting there saying you're wrong. So let's just say that first and foremost. Then let's say it's all the same voice actors.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I kind of tend to trust my voice actors most of the time, right?
By the way, did you know that Scott Menville, the voice actor for Robin, his father Chuck Menville wrote a few episodes of the 70s Star Trek cartoon?
Wait, what?
Chuck Menville, who wrote some of the Star Trek
wait,
cartoons.
what?
His son is Scott Menville, the guy who voices Robin.
Wait, but which episodes?
I forget which ones. Let me find out.
I know. Like, let's see if they're good. Now, so that being said, something I enjoy a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was an animator primarily, but
on fucking TAS.
well, I mean, he worked on a million things. That's just one of many. But he wrote at least one episode of Batman the Animated Series because he died right before it aired. But they still he'd finished it, so they dedicated to him and everything.
Oh, good on him, man.
Yeah,
good on him. Shouts out. Okay. So one time I weirdly
out of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, I guess.
Oh fuck.
Oh, his final project was writing the animated series episode Birds of a Feather. Yeah, I remember this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good episode.
Anyway, what were you saying about Teen Titans Go?
Well, so I binged it one time. Not all of it. I want to say I got like 3 to 4 seasons. But I figured I'd get a good understanding about something. And do you know what I realized?
What?
Everyone on the show hates the show.
I can imagine that.
Everyone on the show, I at least once per season, the voice actors make a bit about the whiny people. There's an entire episode about fighting Control Freak.
I remember that one.
Control Freak goes, all right, that's it. If you guys mess around, I'm going to reboot you guys again. I've already done it once before. It didn't work out great, but I'll do it. I mean, like, the amount of times that, these people have done jokes, like I've seen them do a specific entire line of jokes about how, oh, wow, wouldn't it be great if, we could be so detailed and everything? Yeah. Oh, but then Starfire jumps in, yes. But that would require lots of payment for the voice actors and animators. Cyborg, no, we're not going to do that. They hate the show too, bro. If you're a good fan and you're like, oh, where's my Teen Titans? They're not getting the money. The Teen Titans voice actors are crying for help, literally. Fucking make a Kickstarter, you care that much. Stop complaining about this one show that gives them one job. No, I just think it's wild the more I think about it, because people are like, oh, I want Teen Titans this much. How much you want it? Because people can raise what?
Yeah.
How many billions of dollars to fucking fix a goddamn broken ass Paris church?
Yeah, fucking bully Warner Brothers like you did with Young Justice. It's easy.
Bro, if you care about Teen Titans, bully these motherfuckers. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Yo, every Gen Z, every millennial, every motherfucker who grew up in a 19 or a 2000 before a 10, you know how to cyberbully. Every victim who works for these companies is a potential ally to your cause. Do you want to have more good content? Hell, I bitch about Young Justice. I want more Young Justice. So I'm making the call. Larry, I'm doing it. I'm making the call. Bully for more Young Justice. I need Dick Grayson.
Yeah, at least one more season.
It needs one more season.
At least one more. I'm okay if it ends after 5, but give me one more.
It's fine if you wrap up the storylines with your one season.
Exactly.
You can't make a one season of setups and then end on that season. Just wrap up the shit, because we understand what you're doing mostly. Your storylines are mostly completed. Your points are mostly made. Finish your fucking work. Bully these people into doing it. And guess what? you'll get more of what you want. You want more Teen Titans? Guess what? I was talking to Larry about this. If you get more Teen Titans, you're gonna end up upset.
Yeah,
Because if you end up
eventually,
with more
yeah. It's
Teen-
never going to please you forever.
Well, no, it's okay. So do you remember we were talking about a specific thing that ended up being one of the differences between Young Justice and Teen Titans, which is very important to one character?
Yeah, Jason.
Oh no. If y'all want more Teen Titans, y'all get more problematic Slade Wilson. If you want more Young Justice,
Yeah.
we get more calling him a pedophile Slade Wilson. Take your pick.
You know, not that I completely want to backtrack, but when you were talking about the serious stuff, I was thinking about some of the serious shit they did in that Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Oh,
And
please tell me. Please tell me. I love this.
So, one of the things that really makes it stand out in contrast to the 80s one is that the 80s one had Shredder as like a goofy comic relief character, right? Because that's the tone the show was.
I remember Shredder as like a Ninja Clan leader.
Well, he is, but like he was kind of the goofball getting his ass kicked by the Ninja Turtles in the original 80s one.
Oh, yeah, no, I grew up with the one you're talking about then, because that's not how I remember this guy.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
Yeah, so he is like the ultimate fucking badass in this show, to the point that direct fights between him and the Turtles are somewhat rare because he kicks their fucking asses every time.
Well, can't he take all four at once without breaking a sweat? Like, isn't that his thing?
Well, as the show goes on, they improve, so it gets to the point that they can hold their own against him. But yeah, the first time they fight, he's kicking their fucking asses the entire time, and the only reason he doesn't kill them is because Splinter shows up.
Random question, as a non-Turtles fan, who's someone who likes it, is there a way to scale them in the rest of the Marvel world?
Well, they're not Marvel, so you don't really have to.
They're not?
No, there's a Daredevil reference in their origin because
I thought that was canon.
It's not canon. They just put that in because they were big Daredevil fans.
Okay, see, that's the misunderstanding I've always kind of come to. Like, I thought that's canon.
No, though some people consider it to be.
So, just for anyone who doesn't know, the ooze that got in that motherfucker's eyes and made him blind dripped down the sewers and got on some turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wild. But I thought that was legit.
There's a particular bit I think of. I mean, it sort of is, but not really. Like, they're not published by Marvel or anything.
So, like, are there not superheroes?
Like, in the universe of Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
So, in this cartoon, there are, but they're not, like, existing ones. They're fictional ones for this show. Like, they're loose analogs for characters we know, but...
Are they good superheroes, or are they like some modern ass, it's Batman with two sticks?
Well, a lot of them have powers, so...
Okay, cool.
But there's a particular episode I'm thinking of where they... By the way, it's great that the show was super, like, serialized, which was kind of rare for kids' cartoons. Like, there will be plot threads introduced early on that don't come back for a season or two.
How many seasons did they plan for originally?
I don't know how many they planned for. I know they ultimately got 5 of the normal show, and then they kind of soft rebooted it twice.
Wait, so you're telling me that they could have a good, like, villain even though they weren't planning on more seasons?
Well, yeah, basically.
Or eat your heart out.
So,
just saying.
So early on in the first season, they discovered this sword it's like this particular thing called the Sword of Tengu. And it's some kind of like, it's a fusion of magic.
You're giving me flashbacks. This is wild.
Yeah. So it's so powerful that normally you can't. Yeah, kind of. You can't really touch it without the protective glove.
Yes.
Now, as for how the protective glove fits on the turtle's hands, don't worry about it. Fuck you. So they not not quite the end of the first season, but kind of near the end of the first season, they launched this big ass attack on the Shredder's tower with like all their friends together and everything. And it's a 2-part episode, like Tower Ascension, Bruce Lee Game of Death fight.
Just remind me, where is this tower?
It's in New York City. It's like Oroku saw, he has a front as a legitimate businessman.
Okay, and I hate to be the guy, but I'm gonna be the guy. I can't helicopter drop.
No, because they'll shoot you up or whatever.
And I've never sliced bullets in half.
Like well, I mean, actually, come to think of it, did the Turtles even have a helicopter at this point? I don't think they did.
I'm not sure. I mean, like, I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking. But it does seem like Ariel would be how I would go about this.
Yeah, there was some reason they couldn't, but it's been a little bit since I watched it. So anyway, they spend like 2 episodes fighting their way up this tower. It's a fucking awesome. It's one of my favorite episodes. And at the end of it, they're on the rooftop garden because, of course, Shredder's got like the Japanese garden on the rooftop and everything.
This is what we got. Oh, hate that I'm saying it on stream. Doesn't really matter. We gotta make sure we do one of these before I head out.
Do one of what?
We're gonna have to do a long watch of some weird shit like some turtles.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Sorry, there's lag, so just give it a sec. I'm gonna end stream in a minute anyway because my teeth are fucking hurting. Fucking wisdom tooth I gotta get looked at. Anyway, so
one or both?
Most of the turtles, it's just the one single tooth back here. Just gives me trouble occasionally. So most of the turtles wind up getting knocked down. Splinter gets hurt. They have to get Splinter out of there.
Yeah.
And it winds up just being Leo against the Shredder. And you're like, oh fuck. Last time Shredder was able to beat all 4 of them. How is Leo by himself gonna fucking do this? So they wind up having this insane fucking sword fight. So that Leo actually loses his own swords during the fight, and Shredder gets a hold of them, so he has to whip out the fucking magic sword.
Yep, the Tengu.
Yeah, so they're fighting back and forth across this rooftop garden, and finally they do the thing where he slices and you don't see it at first, and then you see it in the background. Leo does one of those, and Shredder falls to the ground with his fucking head off of his body, which is a really violent thing to show a kids' cartoon.
I'd say it's just hard to get past censors because, like, that's a direct death.
Well, so presumably this is how they did it. So they wind up fleeing the tower because, like, there's reinforcements coming and they've got injured and everything. And at the very end of the episode, before the end credits, Shredder's fucking body stands up, walks over, picks up his own severed head, and it carries it inside.
First of all, fire.
Yeah.
Second of all,
we do eventually find out how he... Yeah. We find out how he did it a season and a half later, by the way.
So, okay, so it's not Marvel, so it's not like some metagene shit, which I guess is what I've assumed my whole life?
No. Shredder, I guess spoilers for the 20-year-old cartoon here. This version of Shredder is an Utrom. He's one of the little, like, aliens in the robot mech suits.
Oh! Really?
Yeah. Which not everybody likes that, but I think it works for this show.
Okay, I'll be real with you. This seems like one of those... I'd be comfortable with one season's version of him. I'd want 2 seasons of real Shredder, 1 season of fake Shredder, but then bring me back real Shredder. I don't want my whole Shredder to be that.
So, funny you say that, because... So this is like the Shredder they know, right? But then eventually, using some sci-fi bullshit, they wind up in like a living flashback to ancient Japan.
Okay.
Like Like it's a flashback that initially they can't interact with, but then they can. It's sci-fi bullshit. Don't worry about it. It's the Matrix. So the Utroms put them in it to teach them about their own history, to explain why they're trying to get home and everything.
Why the Utrom Shredder?
What'd you say?
Well, why Shredder?
So I'll get to that. So
Okay.
in this flashback to ancient Japan, like 1,000 years ago, Shredder is somehow inexplicably there. And they assume, oh, that must be one of Orokusaki's ancestors.
Hold on,
Because
hold on.
that
Do we
makes
mean a
sense.
guy with the title of Shredder? Do we mean a guy who has the armor that we know as Shredder? Because, okay, to be clear, I don't know what Shredder fucking looks like as a guy. So I don't know how I'm supposed to recognize Shredder as much as I'm supposed to recognize the Black Knight.
Well, he's wearing a very similar but more primitive set of armor, and he's got the voice actor. So they assume that it's one of his ancestors because that's the logical extrapolation to make there. But no, it turns out that was literally the same motherfucker all those centuries ago.
As in, they took his body?
So what it was, his name is Chirel, that's his real name, and he was an Utrom criminal being transported to a prison planet when he escaped on the ship and caused them to crash land in like Japan of 1,000 years ago. So this because the Utroms very quickly figure out that in order to live amongst these humans, they have to look like the humans. So they figure out how to build like human-sized robotic suits they can wear.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question that might not be obvious, but it seems obvious.
Okay.
Is his skin and armor both armor?
Well, his skin is artificial, but like,
why is his skin not just armor?
Because they're working with technology they could literally piece together from the wreckage of the ship.
But like, doesn't Shredder have a bunch of ninjas with a fuck ton of armor?
Well, he has ninjas, yeah, because he started the Foot Clan and everything. But the Foot Clan, by and large, don't have. Well, they have crazy tech compared to real life, but like,
well,
they're mostly just ninjas.
Yeah, but like, okay, I guess the way I've always interpreted Shredder is as a boastful human being, because a lot of his design is very Ip Man offensive tiger style fight.
Yeah.
So like, that entire fight style assumes no one ever hits you. But they're people inside of mech suits.
Well, when I say people, keep in mind they're aliens that are about this big.
Sure, but like alien people. They're I'm thinking of Greygax from Ben 10.
Yeah. They're not that small, but they're like
okay,
weird little blob things. And also, they build
Greygax from Ben 10.
Yeah, Ben I love 10, him.
The greatest universal weapon that would fuck up fucking Goku. I don't care. The Omnitrix is different. So
anyway, the Shredder has been around building the Foot Clan for 1,000 years, and the Utroms have been slowly. They're basically waiting for Earth's technology to get advanced enough that they can leave Earth.
Are there more Utrom now, or are they the same? How long do they live? Do they have to reproduce so their grandkids can leave, or are the same beings?
They seem to have very expanded lifespans because Chirel is like over 1,000 and still in his prime.
Oh, so the same guy who got here is trying to leave.
Well, yeah, I mean, he has kind of settled for building an empire on Earth. The other Utroms are trying to leave.
Okay. Well, the ones who did, who never experienced, I'm going to assume their planet's Planet Utrom.
It's called something like that, yeah. But it's mostly the same guys who crashed 1,000 years ago because they just live that long.
Okay, so they're just trying to get out.
Yeah. I think Shredder eventually tries to hijack a ship so that he can go conquer the rest of the fucking galaxy. But anyway, before
the guy inside of a Shredder suit. Shredder's just a Shredder suit.
Well, it's a human suit, and then on top of that, he wears regular ass body armor.
Yeah, so like a shredder suit. He would put shredder armor equals shredder suit.
Basically. So it's the thing you said about I don't want that to be the only shredder. It's funny you say that because at the end of season 3, he captured by the intergalactic authorities and fucking outlawed to the prison ice world they were originally sending him to 1,000 years ago.
Break out shredder. Break out shredder. Break his ass out.
So he actually does not appear again until the Turtles Forever retrospective movie in 2009.
That's why people love Turtles Forever.
Among other reasons.
Okay.
But so other forms of the Shredder do appear in the interim. In season 4, it's Karai has taken over the role.
Okay.
Karai is his adoptive human daughter.
Well, okay, so I get a little confused. The adoptive human daughter of the alien in a shredder suit.
Yeah, and she didn't even... I think maybe she knew he was an alien, but I don't
Does
even
the alien
remember
ever
for
hop
sure if
out
she
the-
did. I know none of his other underlings did.
Okay. Because, like, does the alien ever hop out the suit to, like, stretch or some shit?
Presumably off screen, but
Okay.
like his own fucking lieutenants and shit had no idea. In fact, one of his main lieutenants abandons him after finding out he's an alien.
Fair. Okay, so
I think Karai maybe knew, or at least she doesn't seem fucked up when she finds out. So I think she knew.
well,
But so she takes over the role of like the armor of the Shredder for season 4. But then they're forced to team up to fight another bad guy, and she semi-abandons her vendetta against the Turtles as a result.
how do you feel about media aimed at families that you find is best consumed by different groups of people, including adults who analyze it to its fucking end, like this?
I like children's media like that.
Family media.
True, yeah.
I make that difference.
Oh,
excuse me.
Hang on, I'm just waiting for the lag to catch up. There we go. Yeah, by the way, this cartoon also introduced Agent Bishop, who you might know of.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, in season 5 of this cartoon, they actually discovered that the Oroku Saki alias was not created by the Shredder they knew. He was an actual like samurai warrior thousands and thousands of years ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
Who got corrupted by a demon force, and his friends had to take him down and everything. So
why they take his name?
Because Chirel heard that story when he landed in ancient Japan, and he was like, "Ooh, I can fucking make use of that guy's identity."
He took over a demon identity because he thought it sounded cool.
Yeah, it's like there was an Oroku Saki 1,000 years ago, and the main villain of season 5 is him returned because demon magic.
Well, I have a question for you.
Oh, and then there's also Cyber Shredder in the last season, who is a digital copy of.
I know about Cyber Shredder, but that's just like,
yeah, that season kind of sucks. So whatever.
Well, that's just the Godzilla thing where that doesn't count.
Yeah, the last season isn't very good.
I will ask you this. Do you want to know what I think we'd enjoy?
What?
Why don't we go every time we pull a stream, we watch a single episode of Adventure Time? It's going to take us a while.
Oh boy.
Well,
I've never seen it, but I
know you haven't seen it. That's why. Because we've been hearing a lot of things about Fiona and Cake lately. And grown-ass Finn. I know you've seen at least the fucking warblings.
I've seen like the advertisements and shit. That's about it.
Grown ass Finn is apparently a different kind of. He's very much like a protag after a long time. And I
Okay.
think we have a good time examining his youth slowly to his modern form.
I'm gonna have to think about that. That is interesting. But in the
Just
meantime, I
'cause-
have to go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just because I know that kid that we all experience when we're watching Adventure Time, mathematical, isn't the same as the grown ass dude who stomps out monsters just because he's not dealing with this right now. Like,
Yeah. Well, I have to piss really badly, so I think we should end stream. So I will see all of you on Tuesday to resume our regular schedule. In the meantime, don't get fucking blown up by the Trump administration.
I mean, geez, you're coming by yourself. I can't even come back.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jesus. All right, folks. We'll see you then. I love you all. Have a good time. Thank you all for tuning in. You have a great night. And in the
Goodbye,
meantime,
everyone.
Larry, tell it to him.
Nighty night. Keep your butthole tight.
Nighty night. Keep that butthole tight.
See you on Tuesday, everyone.
Ba-ba-ba-da.